My name is David J. Stubbs, and I'm a near death and other side expert because I practically was raised in both worlds. Lots of people ask me, will they dead husband or wife be mad at them for having sex with another man or getting married to another man or jumping in another relationship? Now, in the near death room, I have a lot of women whose husband died, and they say he attacking them. They're attacking his boyfriend or the man they dating. So I would have to say yes, because earthbound spirits don't want to go to heaven because they don't want to leave. They got unfinished business. So I guess they still hold a earthly emotion. But let me talk about two women in the near death rooms. One of my boyfriend died, I guess he'd been dead a year. And she decided to start back dating. The guy she was dating was scared because he told her that it's a man keep coming in my dream, jumping on me like he trying to kill me. And she also told me that he come in her dream and beat her senseless. So I'm talking to them because I'm like their spiritual guidance. The people in the room know I'm an expert, so they come to me with all their problems. But me and two of them girls were talking on the regular because I put a post up in the near death room and it got like 600 likes and like 300 questions. So as I'm talking to them, a guy come in my dream and he had a gun, and I took the gun and I said, man, why don't you go about your business, man? Go about your business. And he kept trying to attack me. And remind you, I'm a warrior in every world according to my angel. In every life, I'm a warrior because they're part of my training. And I train on earth and heaven in every life, she say. And she been training me for millions of years, according to her. So I'm stronger in the other realms and dimensions. Not as strong as I was when I died and had my near death. I was unstoppable. But in the other realm, I'm just like 1 or 2 times stronger than the normal person. And I basically had to kill the guy because he wouldn't leave me alone. So I told her, I said, I don't think you're going to have no more problems. And she said, why? I said, a guy attacked me and he had to be your boyfriend. I said, let me see your boyfriend picture. And when she showed me the picture, I told her, I think it's the same guy, but when you die, you go back to your prime. I said, he was much younger when he was, when he attacked me in the dream world. And remember, my angel told me the dream world is the real world also, where the living and the dead will communicate. That's why God invented the dream world, for the living and the dead to communicate until they meet in heaven. Now this other girl, her ex-husband died, and he kept coming at her, not in the dream world, but in the physical. Cause him and her fighting and fighting and fighting, and I told her it probably a vivid dream, but it seemed real. But it seemed real to her because inside her bedroom, And he attacking her and he keep choking her, and she fight him off. And next thing I know, he was in my dreams. And me and him fighting, and I fought him off, you know. And I told her, I told both of them, next time they attack you, tell them I love you, but you must go into the light and get rest. Please go into the light. I love you. Your children love you. But your journey is over. Please go into the light so you can get some rest. And eventually, both of the boyfriend, well, the one boyfriend I killed, he never came back after that. And I told her I killed him out of this dimension. He can't no longer come to this dimension until he reincarnated and born again. You know what I mean? Which all his memory will be wiped clear. But the other girl, her boyfriend ex-husband crossed it over. And after he crossed over, he told her, I love you and my kids. And I tell everybody, once they cross over, that hate, that jealousy, that anger don't exist in heaven. Now, I think it exists in between worlds, in earthbound. You know, you got evil and you got hate. In earthbound don't want to leave because they got attachment. They're attached to something on their planet. Whether it can be a job, a relationship, children, grandchildren. But sooner or later, their earthly emotion gonna leave. Because they're gonna see everything for what it worth. Now when I came out my body, I saw the big picture. Earth was a big college for experiment in science. I didn't worry about nobody no more because I know it was part of their journey. Everything was an illusion, nothing was real. Even death not real. Even death not real. When I died the second time, or maybe the third time, is the most beautiful thing in the world. Now the first time, maybe the second time, I didn't even know I was dead. My angel had to tell me that I hadn't died. And God say in order for her to save me, we must get married. So yes, if your dead spouse attack you, tell him to please go into the light. Tell him you love him and to go into the light. Because once he get to heaven, once he go into that light, all the hate gonna disappear. And another thing, one time my angel and me were traveling. We went back in the past. And I was about 16. And two people had just finished having sex. And I was excited. I said, you see that? You see that? They're naked, they're naked, they're naked. And she said, why? All the excitement, David. I said, you see they just finished having, they're naked. She said, no, they're not. I said, they ain't got clothes like you and me. She said, their skin is their clothes, David. She said, human used to be hairy, just like all the rest of God animals. Their hair and skin is their clothing. It keep them warm in the winter, and cool in the summer. She say men lost their hairs when they evolved. When they start covering their body, they had no more useful hair over their body. But their skin is their clothing, David. It's no big deal. And I said, what about sex? They just finna have a sex. She said, well, where the excitement? Sex is for repopulation. Without sex, the world can't repopulate, David. Reproduction purposes and pleasure, as far as human concern. And I say, is it a sin? She say, it's according. It's a sin if you're in a relationship and you sleep with another woman or you have a relationship with another person. She say, yes, then it's a sin. But as far as humans, if for reproduction purposes and pleasure, it's no big deal. It's part of the human cycle. And after that, I knew. I don't think they see us when I think God blocked that part out. But if they do see us, it means nothing. Remember, the angel ain't showed no expression, and she was wondering what I'm jumping up and down for and screaming. But she showed no excitement. It just was a part of being human. No big deal. So once your dead loved one cross over to heaven and he see you with another man, it don't mean nothing. Whatever you do, you can be with another woman. It means nothing. It's a part of human pleasure. It's part of human pleasure. And that's it. I hope I help some people. No, your loved one not going to be mad at you. Actually, they're going to be happy that you find somebody else to fill your spots and to keep you company. That's how I feel. I tell all my girlfriends, if I die, get another man soon as possible. Because you need them to help you pay the bills. And you need them for emotional support. Not emotional damage. If they give you emotional damage, get out of there fast as you can. Because that don't get better. And that's it. And I hope I help someone and clear their minds of being scared to continue their life after their loved one had passed. Thank you and goodbye.